Quick, do you guys want to all introduce yourselves and
Sure.
say what instrument you play?
I'm James McNear. I don't play anything. I'm the vocalist.
I'm Eli Cohen. I play guitar.
I'm Ari Garfin. I play keyboards.
I'm Julian Freeman, and I play drums.
I'm Michael, and I play trumpet.
And not with us is Henry. He's the bass player.
Where's Henry today?
He just had to leave
Oh,
a
for
little
sure.
bit early.
Makes sense.
Some family shit.
Nice.
Yeah.
You guys are fresh off a show last night.
Mm-hmm.
How'd that go? How was that compared to your usual shows?
Crazy packed.
Yeah, it was pretty packed. I would say we don't play too many house shows though. So
Okay.
like, I don't know. This was definitely a good one of like the house shows that we played. But I feel like we play venue shows mostly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So more used to like being on a stage.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which one do you like better?
It all depends.
I don't know. They like venue shows are cool for like
Sure.
one reason, and house shows are cool for another reason.
Yeah.
Like house shows are intimate.
Yeah.
You know.
There's ups and downs. Like, I really like house shows. I like how it's like, it's packed, it's crazy, it's just like fucking wild. You're in somebody's basement, just like getting teed. And
You can do whatever you want.
I think shit going awry. Oh, my bad. I think stuff going awry is more often at house shows though, just because everyone is so close.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
anarchy.
Yeah, like I had some stuff getting unplugged yesterday. Something got switched off.
yeah. No, someone kicked out the power cord. For like half a song. For half a song, there was just like no piano, no vocal, and like trumpet mic was not on. And there was like people just falling on us left and right. And like there was just like girls in the front row who were just like, they were like falling on me and the bassist. And we're like, we're trying to play, but like whatever. But no, house shows are great. I love house shows. It's just there's a higher chance of like stuff getting like messed up.
Right.
And
But that's part of the charm, right?
Yeah.
Definitely.
It's like a whole experience.
How
Lots
long
of-
have you guys all been like performing together?
About 3 years, 3.5,
No, I feel like it's longer. It's got to be longer.
maybe almost 4.
Almost 4 years. I feel. Can you remember the first live show you guys did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
at
he said yeah.
it was at this place called Main Stage, right?
No.
Vineyard.
No, not even Vineyard, dude.
No.
Backyard.
Mess Fest.
No,
Mass
Vineyard.
Fest.
Vineyard was first, and then Mass Fest.
Vineyard
No
was
one can
before
remember the
Mess
first
Fest.
live
No,
show.
it was Mess Fest. No, it was Mess Fest first. It was the first Mess Fest, or
Yeah,
the
I'm pretty
second
sure
one.
I'm pretty sure
They
it was
were like a
Vineyard.
day apart, and like the Vineyard was first, and then Mess Fest
Really?
the day after.
Vineyard was first, and then Mess Fest was a day after it, or 2 days after it.
I always thought it was.
And
Whatever.
because I remember we have video of that first one. That's somewhere.
But how'd it go? How was the show?
The Vineyard
first
show.
one.
The Vineyard show was
Pretty
like.
good, I think.
Yeah, it was decent for our first ever show.
I remember Vineyard. We hadn't released music.
Yeah.
Like we were getting ready to release music, but like that was still just our first like live performance. And then we released music, and then the next day played this backyard music festival that our friend was throwing. And it was really cool because people were singing the hooks to the song that we had just released like the day before. So that was pretty
Nice.
wild.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, there were a decent amount of people there. That was fun.
Do you guys get a lot of love from back home, where you're from, Evanston?
I mean, I don't know how it is now just because, like, I'm not in the school. But I know that, like, when we were there, not too much. Like, people were just like, oh, it's those guys. Like, we know them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
People, like in Evanston go up to my little brother at school, and like we'll talk to him about the band. And my parents have been out at dinner before in Evanston, where people have come up and talked to them about stuff, which is weird.
It's definitely changed in the last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think our perception of it is, like, accurate.
Because like the younger kids like us a lot more. Like we have a lot more draw with the younger kids. But like people our grade, a year below,
Yeah.
and the older kids. There was a bunch of like there was people there last night who were like my sister was a senior at Evanston Township when I was a freshman, and her friends were there.
Yeah.
And they were like juniors or whatever, and they were like super stoked to see us. They're like, "Yo, we love you guys." I was like, oh, that's raw.
That's cool. Is it just because like there's not a huge music scene in Evanston, or just like
No, there isn't. It's like a sports-driven town,
Oh.
honestly. I mean, there's the pocket of like arts and stuff like that, which
Yeah.
is cool. Like if you get to like the pocket that is like arts and music and all of that, there's a lot of like really dope people doing it. But
Mhm.
like the majority of the town, the draw is like, Northwestern's over there, so people really love to like go to like the tailgates and all of that, and like the sports scene was like so much bigger. So because of that, naturally we got more draw from like in the city. And so
Right.
we were like seeing most of our views and most of our like listens and like our fans coming from the city. So we were getting like venues in the city and
Yeah.
playing shows there. And we weren't seeing people that we saw at the high school. It was just like,
I remember I saw you guys had a show at Reggie's. Right?
yeah,
Yeah.
which
A while ago,
yeah, which one was that?
I think it was the one you guys were headlining. If I'm mistaken.
Oh,
Was that
okay.
over the summer?
Yeah, I want to say so.
Okay, I remember that. Yeah, it was a fun show.
Yeah.
So then, because most of like you were popular mainly in the city with people in the city, did you just end up going there and joining that music scene, or like
In Chicago.
yeah? In
Yeah, I was
Chicago?
curious about that because you guys rap and you also have these hooks as well. But like, are you guys within like the rap scene of Chicago, which is very huge?
Like
I
kind
wouldn't-
of.
kinda.
I don't know. Yeah.
Probably not.
Yeah. Do you guys even consider
Yeah.
yourselves like a hip hop group?
There's like hip hop influence.
Yeah,
Sure.
I wouldn't.
You
I
know?
wouldn't say we're like a hip hop group. Like, cause like now most of the time it's not even like with me. Like, cause I feel like the majority of what you would say was us being a hip hop group was like just me rapping.
Sure.
But now it's not even like I'm just like rapping anymore. I like kind of majority of like what I'm doing is like melodic and all of that.
Right.
So I mean, there's definitely like I wouldn't say we're like not hip hop. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But we're definitely like just a
Hip hop influence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's other influences too, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does it even matter to you guys like what genre you guys are classified under?
Not really.
I feel like that doesn't matter anymore.
Yeah.
I've just been telling people it's Manwolves music lately.
Yeah. Yeah. I think that's the best way to describe
Empire
it.
music.
Empire music.
Empire
It's-
music.
Business music.
The best people to get to hear the music are like Lyft drivers and stuff, because they're just like either bored or really happy to talk to somebody.
Mhm.
So I'll go and Lyft like rides and stuff and talk to them about the band, and I'll always say just like Manwolves music. I don't really know how to classify it.
Sure.
And then they never really know what to expect, and then they're always like pleasantly surprised. It's nice.
When you play it
Yeah.
for them.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So you're a hit with Lyft drivers.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Sponsorship coming soon. all Lyft drivers.
You know.
I used to
codes.
care about that though. I used to care about how
About
they would label
genre and
themselves.
classification.
because it was
Yeah.
just like, what would you say, right? We never
Mhm.
knew what to say. I mean, there was like at one point we did a DePaul interview, and I was like really sick during it.
Yeah.
They asked us what our music was, and what did I say? It was like futuristic Euro step sex music.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, and I said it so quickly. With
I
a
think she
straight
took you
face.
very seriously.
She took me really
Sounds like a
serious.
confident answer.
And
Yeah.
she was like, wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's amazing.
But now now it's just like it's whatever. It is what
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
So then, because you guys are such a blend of genres, what are your crowds like? I bet it's like such a mix of people like hip hop, rock, like funk, soul, jazz. Everything.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, it ranges in age too. Like
Mhm.
there'll be like if we do an all ages show, like we'll see some young kids in there, like sophomores in high school and stuff, and then we'll also see like people in their 60s and older.
Old heads.
Like old people in there, not necessarily old people, like people that are like more than 3 times my age. You know what
Uh-huh.
I mean? And that's kind of cool to see.
That is
especially
cool.
when,
Yeah.
like,
But is it hard to play to crowds that diverse?
No, not really. I mean,
We
No.
just
it's
play
a
our
show.
own
We
music.
just
gotta
do
do
it.
it.
Because everyone will be happy.
We just
Exactly.
do our
Yeah,
thing.
I guess
Yeah.
that's true.
Uh,
Go ahead.
when I first heard your music, what immediately came to my mind was Kids These Days, just because coming from Chicago and that
Mhm.
band. But
Mhm.
like in terms of influences, both in the city and out, like what do you think plays into the Manwolves sound?
There's a ton of stuff.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
really ranges from each person, you know.
Yeah.
I would say that, yeah, Kids These Days, like, definitely was an influence on us. But, like, I don't know. I think we're going in a little bit different
No,
direction
I
than they were
would agree,
doing. I don't. I mean, like, we could list everyone that we like, but, like,
And also with Kids These Days, it wasn't like we were trying to like copy them.
No,
or
yeah.
anything. It would just happened. Because we all just like all played our respective instruments, and I didn't sing until Manwolves. I never even thought about it. or rap or whatever.
Mhm.
But like we all did our own stuff, and then like we brought our own flavors to the table because it was just like what we all liked individually.
Yeah.
And it just like pulled together and to create what it is. Because we all listen to like hip hop, we all listen to like R&B and jazz and whatever. Some people listen to more of some stuff than the other.
Yeah.
You know, comes into play. Just like with how we
We
sound.
definitely all have like different music tastes.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Different but
like-
similar.
Like it
Yeah.
overlaps, but everyone likes things for their own reason.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Does that help when you guys are like making songs, kind of, to have all these different ideas going on?
Yeah, I mean it helps, and sometimes can be hard because we have 6 folks that all like have good ideas to bring to the table.
Yeah.
So it can be like a wading through the ideas for a bit before we find like a good one sometimes. But sometimes it also can be very helpful to have so many different opinions too.
I hear you. I hear you.
Mm-hmm.
It can collide
Yeah.
sometimes because it would be like people have their own vision for what the song should be.
Yeah, I feel.
Because like just recently there was a song where I was like, oh, I want it to fade out, like blah blah blah. Like I was like going heavy for that. I was like, it needs to fade out, and people were like, maybe.
Yeah, like I think like me and one other person weren't like with the fade out, and then
Yeah.
so then it just sparked like a long conversation about it that just didn't like necessarily need to be there, but
Sure,
it
sure,
happened.
sure.
But it's just like little
Yeah.
things like that, like
Yeah.
the fade out and shit like that.
Mhm.
I hear you. I hear you. Did you guys all meet in high school then?
Earlier.
Before? Oh,
Yeah.
earlier.
Most of us went to the same middle school.
Oh.
We met Michael at high school.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Freshman year.
Yeah.
And then
Boy.
instantly hit it off, decided to make a band, or
No, I
We
mean,
started
we were friends
started
first.
skating with Jamie. That's
Yeah.
how I got into it. But yeah, everyone was like in 7th grade. It started.
Yeah.
you know? Yeah.
Well,
7th or 8th
we were
grade,
doing like
yeah.
different
Covers
little
and
garage
stuff.
bands and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Sublime cover band.
We had like at one point 12 people in the studio we used to go to,
Oh.
and no one was actually like necessarily doing a whole lot, but everyone was doing a lot at the same time. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and that didn't really work out. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. We all like we bounced around from instrument to instrument like in the beginning, because we were all just like playing different like bands.
Yeah.
It wasn't like nothing was Manwolves yet. It didn't get established till like sophomore year, really.
Yeah.
Like late sophomore year, honestly.
I
Like-
mean freshman year. 'Cause we-
Freshman
Yeah,
year,
but
well,
Michael wasn't there, and
Yeah.
Schaefer was the guitarist.
And-
It was-
It was
no,
Manwolves
but
stuff.
but freshman
It was
freshman
still
year,
called
it was like freshman year it was
True.
us, but then like we took a huge hiatus. It was like
We
after
did take,
we
like, a
made
hiatus.
that one song, we just didn't do anything. And for a minute there, I thought we were just like done, and
Well,
then we
like-
like popped back into
But
it.
yeah, but also we were so young. So like, can you even call it a hiatus?
Yeah, no,
'Cause
exactly.
what were we doing? Like, hiatus from like
That's true.
just like from just like
messing around.
Yeah. I hear you.
And then from the beginning stages of the band, did you guys just at first just start jamming, or like did you want to craft songs from the beginning and release recorded music?
We had shout out Jim Tulia. Jim is a producer who owns a studio in Evanston, and we had like ideas early on, and like I remember some songs that we wrote like really early on that are just hilarious,
Mhm.
and so like we had like the right like place we wanted to go. We just didn't know necessarily how to get there.
Right.
And so Jim really helped us early on, like create a cool sound and hone in, yeah, exactly,
Yeah.
like what we could do. So like we'd come with ideas, and like it was a very early time for us. So a lot of us were like starting to discover new music or like getting over old music that we liked, and we would like just come to the table with literally just like a walking bass line, like a jazz walking bass line, and like a hip hop beat or whatever, and try to like put it together, and it wouldn't necessarily sound like 100% at first, and then Jim really helped us like record it into good like tape sound recordings and like understand more about what we needed to do.
Right.
And so like over time we were starting to able to, like we are now, do more of it on our own.
But you guys were putting out recordings from the beginning.
Mhm.
Okay. And then those recordings, did they just gain popularity naturally, like organically, just word of mouth? You would
Yeah,
share
like
them?
we the first single we put out like freshman year or whatever, when Michael wasn't in the band, we made like CDs of it and just gave them out to people at school freshman year, and that didn't really do anything, that song, but after Michael joined the band, we started recording more and releasing just singles at a time.
Mm-hmm.
And we had a bunch of like followers on SoundCloud just from people listening to it and people at school and Chicago and other places. And then like I think we've been on Spotify for like a year and a half now.
Is it
Something
been
like
a
that?
year and a half? I thought it's been like a
It's been since January, so a year and
some change.
That's-
3 months, 4 months.
Yeah.
whatever
So
you call it.
when we switched over to Spotify, all of those plays and people that were listening on SoundCloud all jumped over to Spotify. And yeah, sorry, I'm getting sidetracked on your question, but yeah.
That's all good.
Okay, but
Yeah,
you wanted to keep.
Yeah, I mean, like,
When that happened, our one song "You" got like a lot of traction quickly,
Mm-hmm.
and then Spotify like recognized that, and then it made it to the number 4 slot on the Billboard US Viral 50 playlist.
Whoa,
Oh,
was-
for real?
Which was
On
cool,
Spotify?
yeah.
It was
yeah, yeah.
Spotify
That's
Viral
awesome, yeah.
50. It wasn't Billboard. It was
Then-
on a Billboard website.
Oh,
but
okay,
it
bet,
was
bet,
a
bet. It was a spot. Okay.
Viral
Yeah,
50.
That was within the
US.
last year.
Yeah, that was like
Yeah.
around January last year, and after that, we got like a lot of attraction like early on, you know,
Mhm.
and I don't know. I think that was like a good that was like a good transition between SoundCloud to Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is that has the like the year following that kind of been playing out the same way, just in terms of moves being made?
Yeah,
It seems like it.
yeah, like different songs get picked up by different playlists, and you know, Spotify Discover helps a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
The
like
radio
this-
helps a lot.
This new song that we just released, "Weather Is Warm," is like really, it's going real fast on Spotify. Like a lot of views. At first, it started off like a regular song that we would release, and then it got on Lyrical Lemonade's like top 25 tracks of like this month or whatever.
Yeah.
Nice.
And after that, it got on a playlist called
Cloud
Cloud
Culture.
Culture, which is funny because it was like it definitely got on because of the
Weird.
Lyrical Lemonade playlist.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And on the Lyrical Lemonade playlist, it was like Ski Mask, Lil Pump, Smoke Purr,
And then
On the
Manwolves.
same
XXX,
and then Manwolves.
and the Manwolves. So it was like all SoundCloud-esque rappers, and then
Uh-huh.
like Manwolves,
So
and we were the
funny.
only like non-explicit
Oh,
song
so
on
people
it
just thought you
too.
were like that. Yeah.
And so people, and then I guess Spotify thought we were like whatever, like that, put us on Cloud Culture, which was raw.
To us, it's
That's
just
cool.
like funny.
Yeah.
Because, like, we're
We-
the only band in that playlist, and all of it else is produced beats, and like,
Yeah.
And also, it doesn't
Uh-huh.
sound like it doesn't
No.
sound similar. We don't like sound like SoundCloud rap.
Yeah, it really does.
Nothing bad with SoundCloud rap. It's
but
just
that
like,
playlist does
very
have
different.
like 280,000 like
That's cool,
followers.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
It helps.
I do not mind if they put us in a Cloud
Take
Culture
it.
playlist.
Right in
Exactly.
between 03 Greedo and Lil Aaron.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's pretty dope.
It makes sense to me. So, what was your first like
My
big
boy.
like media pickup that really boosted you guys? Was it the Spotify thing?
I think yeah,
it was Spotify.
yeah, just because that like set like a foundation.
Okay.
You know, I don't know if we've got like, if any like write-ups per se have like really helped us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like people are gonna listen to it if they're gonna listen to it.
Right. Yeah.
You know, yeah, I think that like that first Spotify playlist is what really helped us.
Most of the media that posts us is like Chicago music blogs and like a lot of local stuff.
Mhm.
We'll get like posted by like Fake Shore Drive,
Right.
which is a good big music blog, and obviously lots of people outside of Chicago know that.
Yeah.
We recently just got Weather's Warm was posted on Ruby Hornet, which is another big Chicago music blog. And they posted in like their top something playlist for the week or whatever, which was really cool.
Mm-hmm.
But like a lot of the songs that get posted on media outlets in Chicago are a lot of local stuff, and it's a lot of just people in the city of Chicago seeing it, and then anybody who follows it outside of Chicago sees it too.
Okay.
But
I think the reason why Spotify helps a little bit more than that is just because it's all over. You know.
Right. Yeah.
And,
Everyone
like-
doesn't matter where. you
Exactly.
are.
Exactly.
we can like go in our stats, and then we can see like people listening to
Cities
the
and-
music in like Latvia and like Uruguay and places that just you would not necessarily know of just from it being posted
Yeah.
on a music
That's
blog.
amazing.
Yeah.
So Europe tour coming soon.
Yeah, Latvia.
Yeah,
Latvia
Yeah, that would
and
be
Manwolves.
raw.
Let's get
Love
it.
to. We're trying
That's
to
cool.
get the U.S. tour going first.
Get 5 people at each show at
You
the
know what
Europe
I'm
tour. We're sleeping on the street.
Exactly.
Are you guys are still independent? Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Plans to stay independent.
Yep.
You're
As long as
Yeah.
possible. I mean,
Yeah.
unless the right thing happens.
It is what it is.
Yeah, I feel that.
If it's good, then it's good. If it's sweet, then it's sweet.
Mhm.
You know, it's just like we can do it by ourselves. I guess like why not?
Mhm.
If it's just like working out, then like why not? But you know,
You're her.
say something happens.
What is the future hold for the Manwolves in terms
Future
of
hold?
music and projects you guys been working on?
Keep doing
Progress.
more. I mean,
Yeah.
we're about to come out with a project pretty soon.
So yeah, next couple months.
Like,
Sometime.
is this your debut project? I guess.
We wouldn't say it's our like
It's not like a
debut
full
album or anything.
Okay.
It's but it is gonna be like our first like tape.
Yeah,
You know, real tape.
Got it.
Not our first album, but like you know,
because we were
we're
just
on our
releasing those
mixtape
up until
grind
this
right
point.
now.
Yeah. Datpiff.com.
livemixtapes.com.
I'll put the Manwolves on that. But
Like you ain't know.
Yes.
Do that,
Is that
right?
on there?
That would be raw. I think there was a DatPiff. You know how you like on datpiff.com you can see like people make like DJ playlist
Yeah.
almost, and it's just like popular songs, and they
Mhm.
make a mixtape out of it. Like a couple of DJs from like DatPiff, or like DatPiff DJs, pretty much. It's not like DatPiff's DJs, but like people who just like
Yeah.
DJ and put their mixtape on DatPiff.
I love that bit.
Yeah. They've hit us up and they've been like, "Yo, can we put your song on
Oh,
it?"
for real?
And it's
That's
like,
cool.
I don't think we've ever said yes,
Yeah.
because it's like, no, but I don't know. It's
Yeah.
raw.
What's like the craziest love you guys have gotten, or like for like?
We have a fan who has 2 tattoos. One is our logo, and then one is one
What?
of the
On the
singles
same
covers. Yeah.
Yeah.
on your
So that's
face,
pretty-
so I
that's
know
pretty
it's
cool.
real.
Yeah.
Whole forearm just dedicated to
To
us.
Manwolves.
She's gotta like us now.
And they are
She's in
forever
it.
tattooed.
Yeah,
I didn't
she's-
know her.
She's locked
I didn't
in.
know her.
Yeah,
We
like we met her
like,
through
once
shows.
or twice.
Yeah, I met her because she got the tattoo, and people were like, "Yo,"
She has a
Wow.
tattoo.
No, she,
or did we
nah,
meet her
she's
before?
She
I
came
think
to
we met her before
Emporium.
'cause she's a friend of Zeke.
Yeah.
Oh, she came to Emporium.
yeah, she's friends with Zeke.
Oh, that was her. Yeah. We met her once before.
But yeah, that's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
that is pretty crazy.
That was pretty cool. I'm trying to think of what else was some crazy love that we got.
Anybody like I guess famous reach out?
No,
That happened yet?
No.
Co-signs?
No,
On
the way, though,
I
on the way.
wish.
On the way.
Yeah.
On the way.
That would be
Anyone
raw.
you wish would reach out to you guys to like maybe make music together?
KKB blow my mind. I'd love to make music with KKB, but they probably who knows. But like for like a Manwolves and someone. Who
I mean, that's like.
I'm
Kid
trying to have like
Candy
Danny
Shop.
Brown.
Oh, that'd be
Chief
cool.
Keef.
Wow.
Man.
I'm so serious.
Wow.
Listen to
Danny
me.
Brown.
If Chief Keef is listening right now,
He
bro,
tunes in.
please, bro, slide on me.
So-
bro.
No, he is.
So-
Chief
so.
Keef is listening.
Young
Yeah.
bands, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, shouts out
That'd
Young
be
Bands.
fun.
We
That'd
just
be
need
cool.
to blow Jake's line. Tell us that's to come out to Chicago.
I'm
Young
saying.
about
bands, man, we'll feature.
What about you, Meek? Who you think?
I don't even know.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's like
Whoever. I haven't really thought about it like that, like who I can picture on our songs.
Yeah, it's pretty much like anybody we think is cool, we would potentially want to get on our track.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
feel.
Yeah.
Who are your favorite collabs? Because I know you had the song with Rick Wilson, and then you collaborate with John, right? So like, who are some of your favorite people to collab with?
Well,
We
most. Yeah, we don't collab with.
We
people.
don't collab with
That was
other
our
people.
first. That was our first
Oh, for real?
collab. Like,
Rick Wilson and Kaina.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only Manwolves song we've done with features on it.
Yeah.
And I don't usually do stuff with other people. I just really like Jonte. He's
I
raw as
feel
hell.
And like, I usually like if I'm making music, it's
Yeah.
not with like anybody big. You
No,
know,
I
it's
hear
just
ya.
like me and my homies making music. If it's like collabs like that, so
Was it different recording that song with Rick Wilson and Kaina?
yeah, because it was like working with other people's schedules. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
bad, you know. Like it was our first time, so it was like a little bit getting used to it. But it was like you gotta just work with other people's schedules, and like some people want to record where their studio is, and
Right.
you're recording where your studio is, and you send the files back and forth. It's not too crazy in this day and age with the internet, but like
Yeah.
it is, you know, it is cool. We do like. We haven't had like a session with people yet, like
Yeah.
where we like sat down with someone and like created a song. with
Okay.
them. And that I think that's gonna be like totally different because we already have 6 people trying to make one song. You add
You're-
7th or an 8th, that's gonna be difficult. You know, but whatever, group project.
No, that makes sense.
Do you write most of the lyrics?
Yeah.
Or all of them?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Like from personal experience, or do you guys collaborate on ideas and you just put
No,
it
it's
together?
it's just pretty much like we'll come up with the like chords and the basis of the song, and then I'll feel it out and I'll just like write to it.
Wherever it
Usually
goes.
what happens is like I come up with the chorus first. I like get the melody idea in my head and then like work backwards, put some words to it.
Got it.
I guess not work backwards, work forwards. I'll put the words to it, and depending on how the melody feels, if it's sweet, I'll add something sweet. If it's soft, I'll add something soft. If it's hard, I'll add something hard. It just depends. And then the words really like come after that. You know, I do put a lot of thought into my lyrics, which is, you know, I take pride in those.
Now that you've like permanently switched to vocals, do you miss playing instruments at all?
Yeah, definitely. I was like I've been teaching myself piano because I like make like beats and stuff like that. Like I'll make like hip hop beats and like techno music and all of that. Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean it's raw. I love it so much. I love techno music, and just like making it is really fun because it's just like whatever. But no, I wish, you know, when I was a kid, I played guitar always. And like I wish I took it more serious and really like learned it, like instead of just like learning like Jimi Hendrix covers and stuff like that. I mean, as raw as that was, but like, you know, I was like playing guitar, never really was that good. I like stepped away from my lessons because I started just trying to write my own music, and I didn't really know theory or chords that well. So it was just like me trying to write music with no like pathway.
Right.
And then like, so I wish I learned that better. And then I like taught myself bass. Like I was the bassist for a while for the band, and it was just like based off of the skills that I had from guitar. I just was like, okay, I'll just kind of mold it a little bit, and I like taught myself bass. Started playing. I wasn't great, you know. I wasn't that good. I wish I learned more. But now I like with piano, like I'm teaching myself that, and I actually might do lessons because I wanna learn an instrument well.
I feel.
Did you ever take like vocals lessons or anything?
I took one. I took one vocal lesson, where the woman, which I'm blanking on her name right now, but all she did was teach me how to breathe, cause like you know, I'm not a singer. I'm no way a conventional like good singer at all. Like I started off really rapping because I wasn't confident in my voice. I didn't believe I could sing, so I was just like, I can keep a beat. I can, you know, hold a flow and all of that.
Right.
And so I was just like, I'll do that, and then like progressively, I came more in touch with my singing and was like more like comfortable with it. But you know, I grew up listening to punk rock and all of that. Like I love the harder stuff. Like my favorite group right now is Death Grips. Like I love really hard stuff like that, and I couldn't really sing that well. So what I would do is I would scream, and I still do that. Like yesterday, I was screaming, like hence you can hear my voice. But like that was what I would do. I would scream, and like it would get to the point where like after every show, it was like I was losing my voice. So then I took one lesson where this woman helped me out, and she was like, "Yo, just like breathe right." I wasn't breathing right, and then I took that one lesson, and I was like, "Bet I can do this on my own." And then like,
no more.
And then I started like just breathing right, and then I took off with
And
it.
the rest is history.
Yeah.
But
Guys-
when I listen to the tracks, I can definitely hear a progression in your vocals ability.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Yeah, like
Yeah, I
looking
get
at the
it.
old music, I'm so much happier with what I'm doing now.
Mhm.
Like some of the old music is just like I look back, I'm like,
Even from like the singles that are out now to like Weather is Warm that we just released to the stuff that we are sitting on right now and still working on, like you can the difference in all of our playing and just the quality of it all sounds like we've made progress.
it's the same band, but just like
Yeah.
2 levels up.
Yeah,
It was
exactly.
like, you know, we were Charizard back. I mean, we were Charmander back
Yeah.
then. We're almost Charizard.
We're
now.
Charmeleon.
We're
Yeah, man.
Charmeleon right now.
Nice. On the way. Yeah. How'd you guys come up with the name?
When I was it was pretty much like, I used to get nightmares from this like American Werewolf in London back when I was like a little kid, and like my mom for a little bit would like try to like, make it less scary for me and would tell me stories about the Manwolves and just like stuff like that, just to like not freak me out, to like make it a joke. And then when we were in middle school, we had a group of friends, and I called the group of friends just Midwest Manwolves because we were from the Midwest.
And we had a
A
dodgeball
dodgeball team.
We had a dodgeball team. Yeah, that was raw.
People as the Manwolves.
Yeah.
You guys
got
got
kicked
W's?
off the dodgeball
Yeah,
team
we actually.
by
Yeah,
the
W's?
administration.
Yeah, he got kicked off the dodgeball team. This is so funny. He got kicked off the dodgeball team because we had the same class together, and Ari sat right next to me. I was like, and one day I turned to him. I'm like, "Yo, Ari, suck me." And he's like, "No." I was just like, "Ari, suck me." He's like, "No." I'm like, it started just getting louder and louder, and the like louder and louder I got, like more people were like looking at me, and then finally I was like, "Ari, suck me," in like the middle of class, and everybody like looked at me. All the teachers, we had like 2 teachers in our room. Both of them looked at me, and then Ari goes, "No," and then this one teacher goes, "Ari, out," and he got like
It's so bogus.
It was so bogus. I felt so bad.
And you were fine.
I was fine. They didn't even care about me. I like
They,
what.
they made Ari sit on the sideline while we were playing dodgeball. It was so bogus.
So bogus.
Fuck that shit. I just went home. Fuck that shit was after.
He's eager. He's pressed.
That was so bogus. But yeah, no. So we had like the dodgeball team and our group of friends, and we called it the Midwest Manwolves. And then once we got a band, we're like, "What do we name it?" We had no idea,
Drop
and I was like,
Midwest.
"Drop the Midwest," and we got it, Manwolves.
Nice.
Yeah.
You guys still playing dodgeball?
I wish. I want to join a
I'm gonna-
men's dodgeball league. That would be raw.
Of all just
I
want to
go to Sky High Sports.
all bands.
All bands?
Slaps.
We got
League of all
some.
bands.
We're friends with some metal bands and like friends with some other bands, and we could just like. I bet like Petrov, Petrov and his band would definitely want to play dodgeball against
Oh
us.
yes.
I would
feel like we'd
smack
duff
him.
them.
I would duff him. So no, he's low key swoller than me. He would.
But he's, I don't know, bro.
I would smack him. Or like rubber balls or like the little
The foam ball? I don't know, bro.
the
Rubber balls,
foam
that's
ones-
harder to throw.
The
rubber
foam
ones?
ones? Yeah.
No, the rubber balls, I think,
Oh.
are because they're bigger, so
Oh,
I don't
you
know, I
can't
feel
palm
like,
them. Yeah.
I feel like the palming is what's
Mhm.
No,
necessary.
you just gotta yeet it.
I don't-
Like,
Yeah.
I don't know, bro.
you don't
I
know?
do not know.
Have you guys
Oh,
ever
no.
made a song about dodgeball?
I wish I
Here
would
we
be
are.
raw.
We might
I
have
made
to.
a song about guavas, but I've never made a song about dodgeball.
Like guavas.
Yeah.
That's like guavas.
Yeah.
Nice.
You're here.
I guess so. When you guys are composing and arranging songs, do you guys think about how you're gonna perform it, or do you just think about recording at
Yeah,
that point
I'm-
and then adapt
Occasionally.
it later?
I think, I don't know, usually when we like, I don't know. There's like, sometimes we'll be like, okay, we could probably jam out on this section a little bit more if we wanted to play it live or something like that.
Yeah.
But
A lot of times in the beginning, we thought about playing it live while we were recording, and that was like one of the main things. Like, can we do this live?
Mhm.
And so we'd like write songs and we record songs, sometimes more simplistic than we wanted to, but there was like the kind of the goal of being able to play whatever it was live. But we're kind of like realizing now that it doesn't really matter as much because you can make a song sound very dope live even if you're using different instrumentation,
Yeah.
Mhm.
not necessarily a sound that you'd use on the recording, not a little layer or something, but you can find ways to kind of counteract that or add a different part that's kind of the same thing, but you can play it live.
Mm-hmm. And so do you guys like, I'm sure when you write specific songs, you expect them to get a certain reaction out of the crowd? Or do you just kind of see what
I
happens
feel
when
like
you play it live?
After the song is written, yeah, but we don't like write songs like trying to be like, oh, we're trying to get the crowd to like do this at this time or
Uh-huh.
do this at that time. But like songs that are slower are gonna get a different reaction than songs that are faster, and you kind of just know that when you write the song.
But we've I mean, with some of our slower songs, people like get a little rowdy too, which is like
Yeah,
Like
Right.
slow song?
yeah.
Last
Yeah.
night we had people mosh pitting to you. and which is like, I don't know if you guys know it, but it's like a ballad. That's what it is. And then like
There's one time we played a show out in Colorado at Colorado College, and there was like these stairs. There was like this underground venue type deal, and like the audience would stand on the stairs. And we were playing These Days, which is another one of our slower songs, and people were like moshing and like falling over on the stairs. And we're just
These
like, yo,
Days is pretty groovy though. That's
What is
pretty,
going
like,
on?
You could move to that song.
Yeah, but it was still just like why are you risking your life for this? Because like there was a point in that show where like people like there was a point where I popped up onto the like steps going up, and like people were shoving me down the stairs. I was just like, whoa, okay, this is not cool. That show was wild, dude.
Yeah.
When the dog came in and threw up on the floor, there was a random dog.
It was raw.
No. It didn't throw up. There was this girl, and she got really drunk.
She threw up on the
and
dog?
she threw up on. No, that would have been crazier. She threw up on the floor, and then people were like, oh, and then walked away, and no one cleaned it up. She like ran out, and everybody kind of just like avoided this area that was like throw up, and then a dog came in, and the dog started eating the throw up, and we were like, whose dog is this? And then like the
Whole
dog.
You know whose dog it was?
The folks who do you remember the
There
dude
was
who's
folks that was walking around
tending the
barefoot,
fire?
and he was tending the fire with his bare feet,
Yeah,
poking
dude.
the wood fire like logs on fire. It was at that party where that girl fell face first
crazy?
into the
That
fire.
was crazy.
Yeah, she fell into the fire.
Some girls like walking up to the fire.
Oh my
And,
god.
like, she just trips and literally falls
She
face
was
first
okay,
into the
no
fire.
injuries.
Yeah, no
Yeah,
injuries.
but it was just like, yo,
She was, and then I was teed, and so
threw a lighter in the
so
fire.
she got up, and she was all fine. I was like, okay, and she walked away, and I started the fire. Me and Julian started the fire, so I was like,
We were at
okay.
a random person's house. We did not know them. It was cold, so we started a fire.
And I was like, it's my fire. I can do what I want. And I threw a lighter in the fire, and I just waited.
I knew he was gonna do it too. I eyed him
So
the whole
bogus.
time, so I backed away before he did it. but
He
there's,
backed
like,
away, and then like
campfire full of people still sitting
and
there.
yeah, people were sitting around. There was like 2 seconds
Time
later, I
bomb.
was like, yo, lighter in the fire, and then just like blew, and everyone was like, whoa, and I was just like, all right, that was bogus. I wasn't thinking right, but that was bogus.
So for the listeners out there, there's just a few things to expect at a Manwolves show.
Yeah.
People catching on fire. You might risk your life if you're standing on the stairs.
Exactly.
Dogs.
Dogs.
Hungry
Throw
dogs.
up.
Dogs.
Desperate
Some
dogs.
dogs.
But that's not the average show for you guys,
No.
right? Because you said you play mostly venues.
Mostly
Yeah.
venues. So it's just like, I mean, we've had people like smoking weed in venues before. That was crazy. That was like that was a milestone for me, because I was like, saw on the side of the stage, like there was some guy just like smoking a blunt. I was like, wow, that's raw. But
Someone was on stage once at one of our shows making out, and they fell on my drums while we were like in the middle of a song.
At a venue?
Yes, making out
Wow.
on stage.
That was a venue
bro,
show.
that
Same
was
show.
bogus.
Someone got kicked in the head.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yo,
Oh, yeah,
that was
Katie got
bogus.
kicked
What
in the
about
head.
Halloween show where there was 2 couples trying to have sex at our show? There was
What?
one
On the
you
stage?
didn't- No,
Oh no! At
There was one-
AMFM,
Yeah.
your parents were right next to them, bro.
Yeah. There was one. They were trying to have
remember
sex,
this now.
like in the crowd.
And everyone was just like, "Yo, what are you on?"
People were like, what is going on? And then the other one, yo, it was like 40 degrees maybe, or like 35. It was cold, really cold. And there was a couple outside, and I was like standing with our bouncer, Mitchell. I was like, yo, and the guy and the girl were just like making out furiously on this bench outside. I'm like, Mitchell, you don't think they're about to do anything, do you? And he's like, I don't know. And then like the guy like picked the girl up by her thighs and like sat her on the bench, and I was like, Mitchell, you really don't think they're gonna do anything? Do we need to kick him out? And he's like, I don't know. And I'm like, yo, I gotta take care of something, because I had to like set up the stage for something. So I left, and then I came back. I was like, and they were gone. I was like, Mitchell, what happened? He's like, the dude started taking off his pants, so I told him to go. I was like, why? Why is this happening? But no, these are all, outliers. They're not,
They're just the fun ones to
That's
talk
the fringe.
about.
yeah, it's the fun ones to talk about. Manwolves shows are usually not like
Henry, once our bass player, did hop in the crowd and hit the pin drop in front of a bunch of people.
that was raw.
It was raw as hell.
That was raw.
So cold.
That's cool.
When you stopped playing drums and you started crowd surfing.
Yeah, our, shout out the Burns twins. Eddie Burns is a really good drummer. He plays with a bunch of Chicago people. He's the drummer for like the Oh My's and a bunch of other bands. And Claro, yep. And he just hopped on. He was just cooling on the side of the stage.